What's up, and welcome to the DualSense podcast for episode 175. My name is Jason. I'm one of your co hosts, and I'm joined, of course, by your other co host, who's calling himself tonight Israel Donor. It's kind of you, I guess, depending on
Yeah.
who you He's also known as, oh, hang on, let me make sure that's not like a play on words here. That's going to
It's
slur.
not.
Israel Donor. Okay.
Mhm.
He's otherwise known as Travis, his Christian name, giving to the Israelis over there. Apparently, Travis, what's going on tonight?
Yeah, I mean, my
Very
tax
Christian of
money's
you.
funding their war.
Oh,
We're sending
fair.
them we're sending them all this. Last year, I was a Ukrainian donor. I can't wait to see who I'm gonna be this year. Hope,
Maybe
like,
you'll be an
who
organ
knows?
donor if you're lucky.
Yeah, if I fucking go over there, I'll be a really big organ donor. The problem is as you know, with
Oh,
video games, I'm not patient. So in real war,
mm,
why would I be any different? So I'm not gonna last very long.
yeah,
Just make sure you put my body parts back together.
I will. I've seen the Hurt Locker. I've seen American Sniper. Black Hawk Down. The Patriot. Like I've done my homework.
Is Hurt Locker the one where Jeremy Renner almost dies because he gets ran over by a mower or a combine?
Uh, I don't recall that from that movie, but that could be in that movie because Jeremy Renner is the
That's what
main
happened.
character in the
That's
Hurt
what happened
Locker.
to him in real life.
I forgot about that. I forgot all about that.
Uh,
I did see
anyway,
I did see where he's back at work, I think, allegedly.
back at
And
work, he's an actor. What do you mean? Did they stop
yeah,
production for 2
yeah.
years?
Yeah, he showed back up at work. He got like
You just show up at
I
Columbia's Pictures, or
yeah, he texted his agent. It's like, "Hey, I'm good and ready to go back to work," is the way I
yeah.
imagine it. So,
I'm glad he can walk and talk.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. He's still with us. That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Um Before we get into things here, Travis, I feel like I mean, I just surprised you apparently because you didn't see my tweet on our very own Twitter handle or X handle, whatever it's called. So I feel like it's necessary that we inform people now that I've informed you that we are going to be ending the podcast by the end of January. I can't remember if we've talked about this before on the show or not, but basically it's my fault. I'm having a kid in a few months in June and getting busier at work too. And you're always busy at work and working long hours and stuff. And it's just hard, generally speaking, to do everything that I want to do in a week between work and personal life and writing for Gaming Nexus and then doing the pod, which takes about 8 hours or so a week for me, to put things together, whatever, and edit it. So we're going to be ending the show. We're not going to like disappear off the internet or anything crazy like that. We're not going to be like the Epstein list and and not be able to find it on the internet or anything crazy like that. We'll still be around. I'll still be on the social media, just talking about games and PlayStation. But the podcast at large, as it were, will cease. So no more shows, but we'll still share gameplay videos on our YouTube channel and things like that. We're not going to cease doing that. We're not going to stop playing video games. I'm not going to stop playing video games, at least as far as I know. So, but the podcast is going to come to an end. So RIP. But we got a couple more episodes. If we time it up right, we'll have two more after the one that you're listening to right now. So it's not quite over yet, but just be prepared for that. So if you need a Xanax or something or a Valium, be sure to get that before 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. So just wanted to fair warning. But
This is my 9/11.
yeah, you gonna write a song about it?
Hell, I might.
Well, where were you when the DualSense pod stopped? Anyway.
Turning.
Yeah, turning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
anyway, Travis.
you know what? Maybe to be fair, maybe we could live stream a little bit occasionally. Maybe
Oh yeah,
that would be a nice thing we could do.
I think you had a
Um,
good idea about live streaming the finals. I think that's a great idea because we're
yeah,
we're we're decent at. I mean, we're well, yeah, we're
we're
decent
usually
at it.
decent.
Yeah, we're usually decent. Not the other night. We're usually decent. We usually win, one or two times a night. So, and that's obviously a game that's having its moment. We'll talk more about it later. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then you've got War Hospital coming up, which I'll be really mad if you don't record some gameplay and post
Oh
it
yeah, better do that.
because I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I figured this out. Those types of games, like strategy games, simulator games, they're huge. Like they're huge. But like they're like the silent majority. People love to watch them on YouTube. Myself included. Think about you, an
Yeah, I
officer of
understand.
hobby. Officer Fabiano with this
Yeah.
police role playing stuff and all that. Like people
Mhm.
love like the role playing type games that are more in depth, like War Hospital, like Police Simulator. In fact, this is a little bit of insider baseball for you. My Police Simulator Patrol Officers review was one of the top 10 most read articles on all of Gaming Nexus for the year 2023.
It's wild.
Yeah. And it's anytime I post a video, it gets several hundred views typically of
Yeah.
gameplay on the video. So just, yes, I'm going to be disappointed if you don't put some more Hospital because I think that's one of those games that people
Mhm.
will gravitate towards.
I'm tempted. It's gonna be very difficult not to immediately play it wrong for me
I mean,
'cause
just have
I
multiple save files, or if that's
yeah.
even
I
possible. It
just
might not be.
immediately like, once I learn the mechanics, I just how bad can I make this? Like, what happens if I
Yeah.
just let them all die? Like, what
People
does it
might
do? You know?
yeah, people might flock to that too, like the guy who always breaks all the theme park games and stuff that
Yeah,
you watch.
that guy's also hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, Travis, you have 2 weeks to write a eulogy, so I'll be doing that for sure, and, yeah, without any further ado here, let's not jump into the news. Let's tell people first where they can find us. So, yeah, if you have never listened to the show, welcome. You picked a hell of a time to join us. But you can, if you don't know what we do, we are a weekly PlayStation news podcast. We do all of the week's PlayStation news, rumors, new game releases, and we do it all in under 90 minutes. We post new episodes on Monday for at least a couple of more weeks. We share them on all of the usual podcast services as well as the YouTube. We're on social media all over the place, but primarily on X or Twitter. We go by at the DualSense Pod everywhere, including Instagram, Threads, Facebook. For the time being, we'll probably drop down to just Instagram and Threads and probably Twitter. I'll probably get rid of the Facebook and the website in the coming weeks. So don't worry about that. Just find us on all the usual ones. So, yeah, anyway, without further ado, for real this time, let's jump into the week's news, which it's not been terribly busy, as you might imagine. The first week of the year, kind of quiet, but some interesting stuff here. Starting with number one. It has been a little while since we have heard anything regarding the various Horizon projects that Sony has in development, some confirmed and some merely rumored at this point. That changed over the holidays, however, as the long rumored MMORPG spin off game appears to be hiring new positions. The game is rumored to be in development at Korean developer NCSoft and is codenamed Project Skyline, while a new web domain for a game called Horizon Land of Salvation has also been discovered online. I actually think the domain actually just says Land of Salvation, but potentially. But anyway, I digress.
You know what? I'm not happy about that at all. Think it
You-
or actually, you know what? I might be okay with it. If they do a crossover
hmm.
with Disturbed and the DLC is called Land of Confusion, I'll be very happy.
That would kill me. I mean, the world we're living in a time where Fortnite has all these crossovers and stuff. Anyway, NCSoft's involvement, Travis, seems to check out given Sony's recent strategic partnership with the company that we've recently talked about on the show, making them an official second party partner, if you will. Website Eurogamer did some digging and pieced together that the game has been in active development since at least 2021 based on job listings, with employees listing the project on their online resumes as recently as September of 2023, meaning that it is still kicking. The catch in all of this, of course, is that Horizon Land of Salvation has no evidence of being in development for PlayStation 5 at this point, which sucks big, big ones. It's only listed for PC and mobile. Or, I'm sorry, it's only known to be coming to PC and mobile as far as we know. So, anyway, what do you make of some new Horizon MMO stuff, info?
Yeah, I thought the last part's interesting that it's only PC and mobile.
Yeah, surely not. Surely that's not.
Right. I mean, especially like you just said, though, in NCSoft being a second party studio, basically, it would be
Yeah,
odd of them not to bring it to PlayStation. And
I'd agree.
Horizon is PlayStation to me. Like when I think of
Hmm.
Horizon, I think of PlayStation. So that'd be an odd move, but I guess we've seen weirder shit happen. Um, you
True.
know, at least they haven't fired the whole staff or anything like that recently.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like, or maybe actually, now that I think about it, maybe that is kind of a move if we're going to be doing a lot of the MMORPG spinoffs.
Mm,
Maybe like Sony just partnered with or bought a stake in a mobile gaming company. Like maybe this is kind of the avenue they're looking at. We
sure.
we could take these little spinoffs with the IP that's well known.
Hmm.
We keep the main games on obviously the the mothership here, and then we can do some
Hmm.
weird stuff on mobile. Try some. funky stuff on mobile, and if it looks great or it does well, we could maybe transition it or upscale it into a free to play MMO, on the PlayStation. That might actually be what they're thinking. I hadn't really thought about that until I was talking. I kind of like that though. It's interesting. It's kind of a almost like a free use trial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it fails on PC and mobile, big fucking deal. Like
Mhm.
if it fails on PlayStation, that is a big deal. So
Sure.
maybe there's something there.
Couple of interesting things to your point. One is that we know that a like a true multiplayer, like not an MMO, but there's some sort of multiplayer co-op game, I think. I can't remember if it's co-op actually or not, but there is some sort of multiplayer Horizon game that's different from this project as far as people
Mhm.
understand that is also in development. And, me and you have talked about on the show before. I've made the insinuation, and I don't know if this is actually out there or not, but I've made the insinuation that Horizon would be a perfect like Monster Hunter style game where like
Yeah.
you and your friends like, team up and, kill the big giant robot dinosaurs. So there is a separate multiplayer project in the works from this. So to your point, it would be interesting, although maybe short sighted, to have like that game on console on PS5 and then have the MMO on PC and mobile only. But NCSoft, with that said, is a notoriously PC, centric developer and mobile to some extent. But with that said, they also have a MMO coming to um, PS5. It's called, I'm pretty sure it's them. Yes, it is them. NCSoft. What is that game called? Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty. They're making it for Amazon, and it is coming to PS5. So there is that pipeline or that expertise now of them working on PS5. So, that makes me hopeful that it would come to PS5 as well. And of course, I mean, PS5 is a PC basically, so they could always, take the PC version of it and port it over to PS5 in theory. So there's that. But finding out some more about it, if it's been in development for a couple of years now, I really don't know when we could see this potentially. But one thing to consider is that we know Netflix is making a Horizon television series. So
Oh, I forgot.
one of these games, whether it's the MMO or the multiplayer game, you would think has to be preparing to line up with whenever that show is coming out, in some close proximity to it to get that, that bump, that synergy with those two properties, two mediums. So anyway, we'll see, but interesting to see that it has a name now basically. And the other, I guess, notable thing about this is it having a website registered potentially means that it's about to be revealed, like, in a state of play or, a showcase or something like that. Like, I just don't think you would go register a domain name, and have the name of your game ready if you weren't like getting close to revealing it. But maybe I'm wrong. Number two, the original God of War trilogy could be getting a PS5 remaster, according to Xbox era podcast host and industry insider Nick Baker. I hardly know her. Though he did not offer further details, it's unclear what the scale of these alleged remasters would be, but there are hints of a return to the original game in the recent Valhalla DLC for God of War Ragnarok. So, would you be interested in remasters of the old God of War trilogy? Did you ever play any of those on PS2?
No, I did not. You know, I know there's not a lot of details here, but
Yeah.
intrinsically, it feels like a thing that will happen. Like it feels intuitive almost.
Yeah.
Like we just gave you this DLC. We're going to remaster a couple while we kind of iron out what our next plan is.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. I mean,
I think the hints in the that DLC are pretty,
like
I mean,
obvious.
obvious. They're pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, there you go. But I think that I think you've made the point before because you play them that the storyline. It seems like there's an obvious story arc for the next game. So
Mhm.
I don't feel like they need to buy time, but it
Yeah.
just feels like something we would get right now. And I don't think it would
I
really
would agree.
hamper the production of the next game. It just feels right. Like if you look at some of the other IPs we've seen do that in the past, like
Mhm.
hopefully it's not dog shit like what GTA threw at us, but um,
Mm.
it
Mm.
is it is interesting. By the way, have you seen anything about playing GTA on Netflix or whatever the fuck you can play it on now?
Yeah, they're included, I think all 3 of the definitive editions or whatever are on Netflix. You can play on your phone. Yeah.
God, it's
And
so
apparently
weird.
the versions of those are like way better than what we got
Oh, great.
on the console collection. So,
Okay, that's fair.
mhm. Yeah, but I think you're hitting on or beating around one of the thoughts that I had too is that you're seeing PlayStation Studios do these sorts of things. Like obviously, Naughty Dog did part one or remastered or remade The Last of Us Part One, and they're remastering The Last of Us Part Two. We have these director's cut games with Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding. So, like, I mean, granted, those games are not very old, but I think that them tapping into God of War, the entire franchise, the older games make sense from a couple of standpoints. One, Ragnarok was a huge success. It sold over 20 million copies. Two, they have a God of War Ragnarok, or they have a God of War television series again in development on Amazon Prime. So it's like they've almost got a playbook, and you can see it pretty clearly because they want to have these things, always kind of in the ether. They don't want anything to kind of lay dormant for too long between. So, like, in 2025, we're supposed to get the next season of the HBO show. We're getting The Last of Us Part 2 remastered here in a couple of weeks. And, I just think that's kind of part of their process to just keep things kind of percolating in between, to your point earlier, in kind of in between things, like in between games, in between shows, in between movies, whatever. So I think that's just kind of the way they're approaching things is just kind of like this, attacking from multiple fronts and going back who knows, Sony Santa Monica might not even be doing these, which is also a good point you made. Like if they've went out and just paid somebody to remaster these things for PS5, and they're not doing it internally, you know, they might not be the best things. However, PlayStation has a very good track record, and I don't think that they would tarnish it by letting someone remaster these three games that couldn't do it. I don't think they would put their name on that, like Rockstar obviously has and doesn't care to do or isn't bothered to do. Number three, we also have a bunch of news nuggets here as well. Travis, feel free to jump in here. First nugget, website Video Games Chronicle reported that Ubisoft massive Star Wars Outlaws game is slated for quote unquote late 2024, according to a Disney Parks blog post of all things, which released this week. However, Disney later updated the post to say that the game was coming simply in quote unquote still 2024 after being wrangled in by Ubisoft. So it's probably coming out in late 2024. I don't know why they would change that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
it
go ahead.
reminds me of my boss earlier today was like, "Yeah, I haven't gotten an update on that since last year," and I was like, "Dude, that was 6 days ago."
Yeah,
Like,
that was literally like a week ago, bud.
it's worded as still 2024 makes me feel like we were supposed to get it in February, but it's now August, and they're like, "Hey
Right.
guys, don't worry. It's like it's been 5 days." Like, nope. Okay.
Was he trying to be funny or was he being serious? Because, like, don't get me wrong, when I left for vacation before Christmas, I told everybody at work I'll see him next year.
Yeah, it's because 'cause you're a dad now.
I know.
No, he I know what he meant. He meant they haven't talked about it since, like, September, but I couldn't resist
Mhm.
being a smartass.
Yeah, you couldn't resist being a reverse dad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay.
yeah. Have you speaking of, have you seen this? They're testing this new gel on 23 males that they can inject this gel into your balls or ball, and it's a removable form of vasectomy. So, like, you
How
don't
do
want
we
kids.
remove it?
I guess they go in there like just
And suck it out?
and just suck it back out with the syringe. Yeah, just get that gel
Could
out of
your
there.
could your wife suck it out?
No, but yours could.
Because you know what I mean? Like, you don't wanna
Yeah.
accidentally suck it out and then
Well, yeah. I
what
mean,
I
good
thought we were
God, is
getting
she
this Go ahead.
I was gonna say, good God, is she like the fucking vacuums at the car wash? I mean,
Yeah, that's what you want.
I
Like,
thought
y
you thought we were getting what?
I thought we were getting, like, some sort of, like, lotion you rubbed on your shoulder and that worked. I did
Oh,
like,
really? I haven't heard about that one.
listen, yeah, I guess, I don't know. It's like that's you know what I mean? They have all the forms of female birth control.
Yeah. They're getting around to
That
us, don't worry.
feels as intrusive as some of the ones they have, you know what I mean? You think at this point we could have non-intrusive ones.
Right, right, right. I mean, you gotta level it out. It's gotta be equal, fair. So they're getting around to us, don't worry. Don't worry. Next nugget. The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red reaffirmed this week that they have no interest in being acquired and instead are betting on themselves, saying, quote, "We have worked our whole lives to get to the position we have now, and we believe that in a few years we will be even bigger and stronger. We have ambitious plans and we are passionate about what we do. We value our independence," end quote. So sounds like, I mean, that's a good thing. We don't
Yeah.
want them bought by anyone, but
No, I think that's a great sign. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, they after they fixed Cyberpunk, it makes me feel like
Yeah.
that's exactly what you wanna hear from them.
Right. Yeah, we definitely don't want like Rockstar to buy them and then try to remaster everything, and let a mobile game studio do it and fuck it up, for instance.
Mm.
So, anyway, next nugget. Hogwarts Legacy is the first non FIFA game to top the UK's annual box sales charts since Grand Theft Auto 5. A sure sign that Hogwarts Legacy has topped the overall 2023 list of bestsellers, beating out Modern Warfare 3, although that's not been confirmed with, we don't have the Circana industry sales data yet, but it sure seems like Hogwarts Legacy is going to be the best selling game of the year last year, which is no small feat. It's always usually Call of Duty or a Rockstar game, so people love their Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty surprising. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card.
No, definitely not. France's antitrust regulator has fined Sony 13.5 million euros, so like $5, after it said the PlayStation manufacturer had abused its market position to limit third-party PS4 controllers in the market.
Yeah, fuck the poor. Buy this full price thing.
Yeah, don't
Uh,
quit buying the Mad Cat shit. You better buy the Sony one,
God, is
guys.
Mad Catz still around? God,
I
I
don't
had a
know.
Mad Catz that had like LEDs in it when like on PS2.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't know if they are around or not. Also, Square Enix president Takashi Kiryu stated in a New Year's letter that the Japanese publisher will be quote unquote aggressive in applying AI in its development and publishing pipelines to enhance their efficiency. So, whatever. They also said they wanted to do whatever, what are those things? NFT games or whatever. So,
Yeah, that worked
best of
out.
luck to them. Yeah, best of luck. Sega or Sega, I'm sorry, Sega or Sega has shaken up its European operations in a major way in recent days as President and Chief Operating Officer Gary Dell, as well as Chief Studios Officer Tim Heaton, are both departing the company. To fill the void, Sega is bringing back former President and Sega Europe Jurgen Post. President of Sega Europe, excuse me, Jurgen Post, who will become the Chief Operating Officer of West Studios and Regional Managing Director of Sega Europe, effective immediately. So something went down there.
Yeah,
So
they didn't say.
didn't say. No, they just thanked everybody for their time and
Hmm.
told them to kindly fuck off.
Oh, maybe they were sucking on each other's hemorrhoids.
Sucking on each other's birth control.
There you go.
A new, a new post. We only got 2 weeks left. We're going off the rails here. A new post on the PlayStation blog has reiterated that Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, hmm, Silent Hill, and Silent Hill 2 Remake are both releasing in 2024 from Konami. When reached for comment, Konami said that we should wait for the announcement. So
Love it.
PlayStation outed them on that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of Snake Eater. Which one's that one?
That's three.
That's
That's
3?
three.
Okay.
That's the Cold War,
Mm.
um, kind of Russian one, somewhat.
Oh,
So
it's I feel like it's Metal Gear is a little bit of James Bondish, like he goes through phases.
yeah,
Like, this is the one with the Russian, this is the one with the gold.
that's
This is
fair.
you know what I mean? It's weird.
Oh yeah, that's definitely fair. Also, website Push Square reported that arcade baseball sim Super Mega Baseball 4 is coming to the EA Play catalog for PS4 and PS5 on January the 11th. So it's a cool game. Check it out. PlayStation's Bend Studio shared a quick update on its new PS5 IP this week, simply saying that, quote unquote, we cooking, in response to a fan inquiry on how the project was going. So they're cooking.
Yeah,
They're cooking.
they got a fucking millennial for the over there on the Twitter.
They do. They got a
Or
Zoomer.
yeah, there you go. It's a Zoomer.
I'm a
We
Zoomer.
cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, we cooking, bro. Also, Ukrainian developer who has all of Travis's money, Frogwares, has retained the rights to the sinking city after a lengthy legal battle with former publisher French company Nacon.
Yeah, also known as Kiev.
Gran Turismo Sport has been delisted from the PlayStation Store a month early after originally planned for shutdown at the end of January. So, not sure what happened there, but hope you got it if you wanted
Yeah.
it.
Fuck it. Like I told you, watch the Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah, I
finally.
haven't got to do it yet. You
Um,
enjoyed it somewhat? The pacing was messed up?
yeah, I told you the pacing's weird, but it's just because I like the pacing of TV shows better.
Mm,
Very rarely does a movie get to me, does a movie feel like the pacing is right on.
yeah,
And
unless
usually
it's
you
Oppenheimer.
even that felt like it was fine. It
Yeah.
felt I don't know, it's weird. Most of the movies I enjoy, they have 1, they have voiceovers, but 2, they're
Mm,
over a long period of time, and the pacing never feels jumpy, I guess, or too out of place. And
yeah.
Gran Turismo at times felt jumpy, but
Mm,
other than that, the story was pretty accurate from what I've read. Like I told you, they embellished some of the endings a little bit of the races,
mm.
but understandable. It's a movie, and the
Yeah.
only other criticism I had is, Yan is one of the best sim racers in the world, and then he became a professional racer, and it shows him using the driving line when he's playing Gran Turismo, and he's not
Oh,
fucking
man.
doing that. I can tell you, he doesn't need the braking zones on, guys. Why are we showing that in the video? It was driving me insane. I'm like, he's not fucking doing that, guys. He's not doing that. Believe me. And the reason I know he's not doing that is he's not using a real racing line. That's one of the things that made him so good, is he figured out pretty quickly how to use different lines that you normally wouldn't use to gain
Hmm,
speed, especially in traffic trying to pass somebody. And
interesting.
the game let him learn how to do that because he could do, thousands of hours in these different scenarios. But other than that, it's probably my second favorite racing movie behind Days of Thunder.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I mean, it's
Okay.
not really saying a whole lot, is it? But what else is there? Cars.
Yeah, cars. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I can't believe that Kaz let them leave the driving lines in there. I
It's
mean,
probably
surely
showing off how easy it is. Maybe I don't know. To like at
could
entry
be.
level, it's a really you can ease your way
Yeah.
in. Kaz
Yeah, it
makes an
could be.
appearance.
Oh, awesome. I'm excited. It's on Netflix, right? I might try to
Yeah.
do that this weekend. That's good.
Also,
Okay.
shout out to Super GT, one of my favorite sim racers. He made
Oh,
an appearance in the game. You see him for 2 seconds in the background.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I wonder what's the next movie we're supposed to be getting? I guess Uncharted 2. No, Ghost of
No,
Tsushima
yeah,
from
Ghost of Tsushima, and then
good.
Uncharted 2.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right, next nugget here. An ESRB listing for Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition has outed the existence of a PS5 version of the popular horror title, so expect that imminently. Action RPG Fate slash Samurai Remnant is getting 3 bits of DLC in 2024, the first of which is titled Kian Command Championship, and it's launching in February. Sony will hold its CES, that's Consumer Electronics Show, presentation today, January the 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. While no big announcements are expected per se related to PlayStation, last year's presentation had a surprising amount of PlayStation news, including a PSVR 2 version of Gran Turismo 7 and the first hands on demos of the headset itself. And worth noting, Travis, today they've put out a graphic promoting the show, and they do show the PSVR 2 headset on a Ghostbusters logo. So there's going to be some sort of PSVR 2 speak there, I should say. And they're also bringing the Sony Honda car people on stage to show off that Sony Honda car with the PlayStation 5 in the dash or whatever the
I
fuck. So
forgot about that completely.
yeah, that's gonna yeah, exactly. That's gonna be a thing too. It's called the Afila car, if you remember that from way back.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Also, the second season of Peacock's Twisted Metal series will introduce Calypso, Axel, Dollface, and Mr. Grimm from the video games. It's a big expansion of the roster there. I haven't even seen the first season yet. Naughty Dog senior character designer Del Walker stated on X this week that The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered's no return mode is quote unquote not recommended for the weak or for weak hearts, excuse me, end quote. Sounds like it's going to be intense.
Can't wait to kill Ellie.
Also, website PlayStation Lifestyle reported that a widespread glitch with the PlayStation Stars program has kept some players from earning the coveted loyalty points for game purchases on the PlayStation Store recently. And I can confirm this happened to me a couple days ago. I bought a game on sale on the PlayStation Store, did not get any points, and then tweeted at Shu about it. And then the next day, my points showed up on the
That's all you gotta
PlayStation
do.
app. That's all you got to do, just tweet at Shu. So
Um, I had a bunch of trophies for December, like those little things you get, not trophies. What are they called? Little trinkets,
the
whatever.
campaigns, yeah,
Yeah,
campaigns.
and I'd done them all, but it didn't give them to me. It was like 100%, and but it never gave me like
Hmm.
an update. Usually it tells you like, oh hey, you got the collectible. and then
Yeah.
finally on January when I got back, like January the 2nd when I turned it on, it just gave them to me, like, all at once. So,
Yeah.
I guess that was
Something
tied together? I don't
yeah, obviously something's going on behind the scenes with that, and they pretty much confirmed that today where they put out a statement that said that they were carrying over everyone's PlayStation Stars status. So like what rank you are or whatever, like I'm rank 4. They're carrying over everyone's status until January of 2025. So they obviously have had some type of hiccup on the back end and they're just going to they I don't know what the problem is, but they're just like fuck it. We're just going to let it over cuz normally it's supposed to reset on the calendar year I think or something like that. But excuse me, but they're not going to do that. So
yeah, I'll take my free
something's
year,
going on.
level 4.
Oh, definitely. 100%. Next nugget here. Website PlayStation Universe reported that indie game publisher Versus Evil is shutting down after 10 years. They are known for titles like Stray Souls, Unmetal, and publishing the Banner Saga on PlayStation, which is a wonderful collection of games. The Banner Saga is so dope. And they're done. They're shutting down. The console version of hit co op ghost hunting game Phasmophobia has been indefinitely delayed following a previous delay a few months ago. And I don't know what's going on with that, but sounds like we got a lengthy wait ahead of us for that one. It looks cool. It's going to have you'll be able to play that flat or in VR on PSVR 2 with your friends. So pretty excited about that actually. Also, a new report from website Area Wagonus. I've done this before. I cannot say this. Whatever this website is has claimed that Konami is working on a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake to follow its Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake. So I don't know. I really don't know what Konami's doing. I don't know why they're doing Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. They're doing Silent Hill 2 remake instead of starting with Silent Hill 1 and Metal Gear Solid 1. Like I don't really understand that. I mean, chronologically, I get that, but that doesn't make sense from a marketing standpoint. Like you're trying to explain to people, like, no, 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 no. You play Metal Gear Solid 3, then go back to Metal Gear Solid 1, then play 2. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just do them in fucking numerical order. Anyway, I digress. The Lies of P sequel will be made with Unreal Engine 5 rather than Unreal Engine 4, according to a new job listing at developer NeoWiz. 1993 FMV game, that's full motion video, Travis. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties Definitive Edition is coming to PS4 and PS5 on March 5th.
I wanna see what this is.
I have heard of the name before, but I don't know what's going on here. It definitely sounds like a porno. Website Gamatsu reported that Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty expansion has sold 5 million copies since releasing back at the end of September. It's wonderful. It's very well deserved. Cubite Interactive's Top Racer collection has been delayed from January 11th to March the 7th on PS4 and PS5. Horror game The Bridge Curse 2, The Extrication, will launch for PS4 and PS5 later this year. Roguelite Deck Builder, Lost in Fantaland. Wow, they got the Soda's got a game now. Will launch for PS5 in June. And finally, Travis, action RPG Yasha, Legends of the Demon Blade, will launch for PS4 and PS5 in October. And that's all for the news this week. Not a whole lot, like I said, but I'm going to turn it over to Travis now for this week's new games, which we're having to do a different way every time we do the show now. So I had to send him a link to the PS Prices website with the releases sorted by date, and he's gonna read everything from there, from the first page there that goes back to like late December. So this is everything that we know of that's come out since then. Take it away.
Alright. We got Rail Break, the Big Break
Whoa,
collection, which is fucking
whoa,
$90.
Jesus.
Bodie Tanks 2, Speedway Bundle, Stock and Truck, Horror and Sports Pinball. I do love a pinball game.
Yeah,
Pigeon Simulator Survival, and the pigeon has hands, and I don't like it at all.
I think you
Um,
can shoot cops and stuff like GTA on that game.
oh, what's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, we also have Shivering Stone, Hidden Through Time Complete Edition, Truck Drag Racing Legends, Mad Cows, and it's what you think. Guts and Grunts, and it's a warthog holding a gun.
Jesus
Arcade
Christ.
Archives Mighty Guy, Chris Payne Hero VR, Roguelite Dungeon Shooter Simulator, which looks kind of cool.
Hmm.
We also have Railbreak Extra Cheese Collection,
Hmm.
Arcade Archive, Solitary Fighter, Shooting Blocks, Crazy Chicken, Traps and Treasures 2. We have Devar, which is 99 cents, probably worth your time. Prison Life Simulator, which has used the
So,
GTA font. So
hmm,
you can also play Drumbox,
I'm looking at that now. Yeah.
Whole IO.
Hmm.
And I think I've seen this before, but like there's this hole that moves around and eats everything.
Interesting. Is that real?
That's what it says. I don't know. Rockin' Racing Grand Prix and Rally. The Voices Games Mega Bundle. Space Papers, Planets Borders, Party Friends, Winter Games Challenge. Double Play Game Bundle, which has Aliens Attacks and Space Race on it. The just Rail Break. Then we have Rail Break Dino Blast Collection. What are these games? These are
Oh
all
wow.
40 and $30. You could spend $400 on the Rail Break games right now. And then
Jesus Christ.
finally, we have My Life Farm Vet,
What's the what was the one with the pigeon? I'm not seeing that one on the PlayStation app. What was it called?
Pigeon Simulator Survival.
Hang on. Oh, you can buy King Arthur: A Knight's Tale now? Hang on a second. That's pre-order. Fuck. Pigeon Survival.
It came
Oh,
out today.
wonder if it got delayed. No, there it is. Pigeon Simulator Survival.
Yeah, like you're
14.99.
he's like punching a taxi.
Yeah, he looks like Rocky Balboa. I'm about to watch a trailer real quick of this for sure. Hang on.
It has graphics from the Spyro the Dragon.
It does.
Yeah, because you can get stars like GTA. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Dude, I might pick this up. I'm gonna send you this.
You're in the trailer.
Are you watching it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I am in the trailer. You're right. I need to see gameplay. It's not gonna show me. Oh my god, he's got so outrageous. Okay, I'm looking at some
God.
screenshots now. You can drive a car apparently. This can't be good, but I'm like so morbidly curious.
Wow, I think it looks great.
Anyway, that's something to think about. Okay, so that's all for the new games this week, and yeah, so not a lot. Very quiet week indeed. But I think that's going to change quickly, very quickly. So let's start to wrap the show up here, Travis, like we always do, by discussing what we've been playing and anything we're looking forward to. What you've been up to?
Yeah, I played a little, very little. I played a little bit of FC. Um,
Hmm.
I'm just cruising my way through the Premier League. Getting chased by Arsenal and Manchester City, and I think Everton's in fourth. And like, there's lots of weird shit going on in my game, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, it's I signed Cole Palmer from Chelsea because I wanted another winger, and
Yeah, he's good.
that's about but on the game, because the game file, you know what I mean, is so old that he was only like a 73. He didn't like progress like he has in real life. So I
That's
bought him for
hilarious.
like $4 million. And like I start him and he's so tall compared to my other wingers. Like he
That's
looks like
ridiculous.
he's
Yeah.
fucking huge. I think
How
he's like
big is
six
he?
one or 6'2". Like
Okay.
he's not even that big, but he just looks huge on the game. But he's actually good on the game. Like I scored a goal with him the first game I played. So uh, yeah. Anyway, other than that, we played the finals, and
Oh yeah. Yes, we did.
I bought some cowboy boots, which are fucking awesome. I look really cool. And
You do.
finally, you know, we did all right. Like the last few games, I've been trying to like when I can deposit the money into the vault, I've been just like trying to throw it, like see how
Yeah.
far away I can throw it and make it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to do that.
Yeah, because it's a trophy to get throw it 20 meters into a cash out. I
Yeah,
was so close the other day.
and I fucking missed. Yeah, I know. I did one the other night when we were in the casino map, and I just threw it off the fucking like I threw it into the floor. Like I don't know. Got excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got destroyed one match. It was a group of people that were all lightweights, and they just murdered us. They were invisible, and they weren't visible, and they had rocket. They didn't have rockets. They had it just didn't matter,
Yeah.
dude. It was impossible.
Was it the I Drank clan or whatever it's
Yeah,
called?
they were all like, "I something," and,
Mhm.
just destroyed, I mean, destroyed us. Like, one of them had, like, 15 kills, I think, or something. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought we did fairly well. I figured out that if you throw the goo if you're on, like, an elevated space, you throw the goo against whatever it hits, it blows up on. So you could throw 2 goo grenades off of each other and make a bridge if you need to.
Okay.
Um, and if you run and jump, if it's far away, you can still run and jump and grab it and climb up on top of it and run over. So that's useful, if you're going from building to building or if you're on those big race platforms on,
Mm.
Monza, I think it is it Monza? No, maybe not. Whatever. It's useful. No, it's awesome though.
Oh, I do love it.
Yeah, I'm having a great time with it. Got a couple of nice grenade kills. I had a nice like what last man stand that I took a video of where I was wanted to come revive you, but there's people coming and I was torn between what to do, and I ended up killing like 4 guys, somehow, and then we
Yeah,
got
you
the
did.
got the cash out, and then I revived you, so it was a
Did you
nice
clip
little.
it?
Yeah, I did. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's an awesome game, it's fun, 10,000,000 plus people on it, like, it's I think the proof's in the pudding there. It's as good as we thought it was from the beta. Um, I think all the classes are playable. Like, you could do well with any class. It doesn't feel to me, it doesn't feel like it's overweighted in any direction,
I
right
would agree.
now. I suck with the light class, but clearly people are good because they destroy me with it all the time.
Yeah. I wanna get good at the light class bad. I bought a that silenced pistol the other day. I
Yeah,
haven't got to
it
use it
looks
yet, but
cool.
mhm.
Yeah, I think I did buy that, but the what is it, V95?
Something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have it, but I've never used it. I do like the little Mac 10 thing you have. I do like that one a lot. I will say sniping is a learning curve if you get into that.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's a hard game to snipe because it's so fast. Like, I mean, it's just super fast. Like, you have to be moving constantly. Like, if you can get good at sniping at that game, you are good generally.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just the chaos is why it's fun. I mean, you
Mhm.
almost have a cash out and then the floor explodes and then you're laying in between the floor and the ceiling and then the thing's falling over and like, you're about to get crushed, but then you're trying to steal it and then, it's just chaos. Like I don't know, it's awesome. It could easily be an esports game. Easy.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favorite games of the last year. I love it. Um, it's it's like all I want to play right now. Um, I don't know. It's got that Battlefield quality to it beyond just the destruction of like I don't really care how like good or bad I do. Like I'm trying to do good, obviously, but like I want to win. So like
Right.
if I get 3 kills and 8 deaths and we win, cool. Doesn't matter to me. Like so I do appreciate that about it. Like it's sweaty, but it's not sweaty in like a kill. I gotta have a 2.0 KD type of way. It's sweaty in a like I want to fucking win type of way. So I really appreciate that about it. The one thing that don't like about it that I think is a big negative is that the battle pass progression. Well, really just with the battle pass, but it's way way too slow,
Mhm.
way too slow. I sent you an article. I think somebody did the math, and it would take you 100 gameplay hours to max out the battle pass, which
See,
is
that's stupid.
that's asinine. That's egregious. Like that's either a mistake or you're too fucking stupid to figure out a right way to do it. Like, I'm sorry, like you cannot have a battle pass that only lasts till March something and takes 100 hours to complete. I'm sorry, you can't. You just cannot do that. So they've got to go back to the drawing board on that part of it. With that said, it has some of the coolest cosmetic stuff that I've ever seen in a battle pass. Me and you were kind of marveling over that the other night. So for $10, definitely worth it. But I'm gonna get like a quarter of the shit, unlocked by the time it's done, which pisses me off. So they've got to change that.
Yeah. There's stuff I really want on it that I'll never get to, and I'm not gonna buy the levels. That's not happening.
No, no, like in my opinion, of course, I'm like, I mean, I guess this is bias, I guess, but like you should be able to unlock everything in a battle pass in the time frame allotted by playing the game on average 1 hour a day. So 30 hours a month. But, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the math that they're on. Like, but when I'm trying to think, it came out December 7th. 1, 2, 3. You're still gonna come up short, like 10 or 15 hours short by that math. So, like, they've got it tuned wrong. It should not take that long. You pointed out the other night something good, like the stacking of the daily and weekly challenges. Like, if you complete 2, you get 2,000 XP. If you complete, all of them, you get 2,000 XP. You were saying, like, you should, exponentially, like, it should be like 2,000 XP, 4,000 XP, 8,000 XP. I think they can make some changes like that, and it would make a lot more sense in my opinion. So,
Yeah, it's just weird to me, like, if I do 8 of those, you give me 2,000 XP, but if I do 2, you give me 2,000 XP. It's like, what's my
yeah,
incentive? Like,
yeah, yeah, I agree totally. So beyond the finals, I've been playing some Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Played about 9 or 10 hours of it over the holiday, and a super good looking game. Looks gorgeous. It looks so good. I love being in the world. I like the the world of Pandora, I guess if you will. I think the characters are cool. It has a little bit of a division quality to it, and how like the characters are, and how like the quests are presented to you, and things like that. I'm not quite sure on the combat just yet. I think the combat might be a little too hard. You cannot stealth hardly at all. Like, stealth is pretty much non-existent because once you kill one person, like, the entire camp or facility that you're attacking is alerted, and then they call in reinforcements. And so it's got a little bit of Far Cry 6 going on with it that I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick with. Like, that's what pissed me off about that game, is like anytime you did something wrong, like, you just had a million guys all over you, and then they were coming from everywhere. And, like, I don't know. Like, I want to be able to stealth my way through these things. And you're the first weapon you start with is a bow and arrow, insinuating that you should be able to stealth. So, I don't know, but jury's still out on the combat part of it. But otherwise, like, exploring, moving across the map, that sort of thing, very cool. Very cool. I got the flying thing. I got my flying dinosaur, the Ekron. I got one of those, and that's cool to.
ooh, an Ecron.
It's cool to kind of explore the map. So, also played FC 24 on the PlayStation Portal this week. A couple of different days. Played a lot of 24 actually. Yeah, I'm still with Bradford City. I'm in the championship. I got knocked out of the which cup? Carabao Cup, I think. Can't remember who it was that got me, but fuck them. So I'm out of the cup for now. And yeah, just been playing that, enjoying that. And then I'm playing one other game that's a secret still right now. So reviewing a very secret game. And yeah, talk about it later on. But enjoying it so far as well. And yeah, that's it for me. It's it for Travis. It's it for the show. Oh, hang on before we go. What are we doing about Helldivers 2? Are you guys gonna get it or not? What are we doing here?
When's it come out?
February the 8th.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably get it. I mean, I'll
Okay.
get it. I don't know what John's doing.
True. All right. I just need to be able to count on somebody. Okay. That's good. All right. We'll get out of here now. Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to maybe subscribe to our YouTube channel and get some shows there every week, or gameplay videos, all that good stuff. You can go ahead and subscribe to the show if you want to on your podcast service as well. We do have a couple more episodes coming after this, so don't feel too sad. But we'd love to also chat with you on social media. We go by @AdolescensePod pretty much everywhere, including X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, all that good stuff. So find us there. Let's talk some PlayStation, some games, and we'll get out of here. Thank you for listening. Have a great week, and we'll talk at you next time. Bye bye.